Hello, my name is Hope Rasmussen, and my graduate project is a research proposal on the effects of parents on nutrition education in school-age children. So for my introduction, I wanted to touch on the importance that parents have in establishing a child's eating habit. And this is due in large part to the fact that um, parents spend so much time with their children. Children are only at school for about half of the day, and the other part of the day, they're at home. And who are they going to look up to? They're going to look up to their parents, especially for eating cues, and they're going to really absorb all that the parents are teaching them. So, as we know, good nutrition is important in a child's growth and development. And the habits that a child will develop at a young age will last a lifetime. Therefore, nutrition education is crucial. And as we know how much parents affect the dietary habits of the children, nutrition education is recommended for children and parents. So, there is a problem in today's society with nutrition education because schools participating in the National School Lunch Program and School Breakfast Program are required to create a school wellness policy, which consists of nutrition education. However, this nutrition education program is very vague and does not include any hour requirements. Therefore, it is not structured. We need a more structured nutrition education policy to ensure that children are getting the nutrition education they need to develop healthy habits and prevent chronic illnesses like diabetes and obesity. Therefore, my research proposal is to see the difference between nutrition education in schools without parental education and those with parental education. And this will help schools to see what the best method is and create a better structured nutrition education policy. I performed a literature review and found that actually 70% of children's eating patterns are from the parents' intake and socialization methods with children. So they have a large, substantial effect on children. And how are we going to instill healthy habits? Well, there are 4 elements to this. The first one is a positive parental feeding style. And what does that look like? Well, it looks like parents providing nutritious foods, a diverse array of nutritious foods, and deciding the time and layout for the meals. So breakfast, lunch, supper, etc. And then children have the role of selecting if and how much they are going to eat. It's crucial to stay away from restriction and a restrictive diet because this can lead to binge or emotional eating and a negative relationship with food. A better approach would be moderately restricting parenting style, and this includes positive talk around food, and it doesn't restrict. However, it just has certain limitations on what a child can eat, like healthy limitations, such as limited fast food or small portions. Yeah, just starting with 1 portion. So that's a lot better than a restrictive diet, for sure. And the second will be family meals. Family meals consist of instilling rules and expectations, such as having proper manners or setting up the table, and then avoiding distractions like TV, because TV can, it's found actually to have an increased high sugar beverage intake and increased in the amount of food that they're going to eat just because they're distracted and they're not paying attention to the meals. And it's really important to engage in conversation as well with the family, like how does the meal taste, and talk about their day. The third element in instilling healthy eating in children is a healthy home food environment. And one way to do this is to prepare readily available nutritious snacks at home, so in the fridge or just on the countertop. Just have fruits and vegetables lying around so that your children, when they're hungry, they're going to be hungry. They can eat those and snack on those instead of like chips or something like that. And then it's important to limit eating out as well, because eating out, while it's okay on occasion, it actually hinders a child's culinary habits, because they're not going to learn how to cook or prepare meals, and they're also going to have a hard time just like eating nutritious foods, because a lot of these times when they're eating out, they're going to be high in sodium and high in sugar and fat. So that's not good. And then the fourth and final element is enjoyment of foods. So this is positive talk at the dinner table around food and avoiding talk about body image or weight, because children should not have to worry about that. Never nag a child to eat more than one food or finish the plate, because they'll feel pressured around the food, and this will be very hindering in the relationship with food. And then food should never be used as a reward, because you're going to put the food on the pedestal and they're going to be obsessing over that food instead of what's right in front of them. Studies have shown that parental involvement can be effective in nutrition education, and nutrition education that involves parents should consist of face-to-face activities, because when you just send them flyers, oftentimes they're not going to read them. So it's really important to engage them in any way you can. So my research approach will consist of participants, parents, and second and third grade children from 4 schools in Chicago, so really close by. They'll be from Springbrook Elementary School, Meadows Glens Elementary School, Wayne Built Elementary School, and Bannockburn School. So to ask for their involvement, teachers will inform the parents from all the schools via phone and email. And the participants will sign a consent form and come back out at any time during the 3-month trial without any consequences. So for the design of the study, there will be 2 groups. The first group will be nutrition education, including parents. So that will include Springbrook Elementary School and Meadow Glens Elementary School. And the second group will be nutrition education without parents, so only with the children. And this will consist of Wayne Built Elementary School and Bannockburn School. There will be a questionnaire assessing child health administered before and after the nutrition intervention. And then they will also assess BMI, academic grades, and the dietary intake of the children before and after the nutrition education intervention. So some materials that we will need will be the child health questionnaire performed by parents and children before and after the intervention. And the child health questionnaire is actually recommended by the FDA, so it's a very good source to assess a child's health. And then 45-minute nutrition education sessions provided by a dietitian once a week at all the schools. And then NEIP groups, so the including parents groups, have weekly face-to-face nutrition education sessions with parents on top of the nutrition education sessions with the dietitian. And the nutrition education programs will last 3 months total. So for the procedure, parents and children will first complete the child health questionnaire, and then the children will have their BMI, their academic grades, and intake assessed. And then they will go along with the nutrition education for 3 months, both the NE and the NEIP groups. The questionnaire will be taken again after the 3 months, and then the BMI, grades, and intake will be monitored once again. And after the results are determined for the study, participants will be informed of the purpose, hypothesis, and the results of the study. And they will be fully debriefed debriefed and able to ask any questions. So the potential outcomes of this study will be that the including parents nutrition education group will have a more significant impact of nutrition education due to the fact that it includes the parents, because we know that 70% of children's eating patterns come from parents' intake. This study will benefit students. It will benefit their healthy habits that are instilled, parents, because they're going to be learning about nutrition, and the teachers, because they will have a better understanding of what to do for nutrition education in the future. And this will give students or schools a better approach for a more effective future nutrition education program. So I hope you guys enjoyed my research proposal, and thank you so much for listening.